Hello and welcome to The Broken Doll. Tonight I come to you with a box opening. I was doing some research on these two dolls that I got today. Let's just open up the box here. And I couldn't believe this. This came, I won these dolls off the Goodwill site, and I won them 2 days ago. They came from Arizona and got here in 2 days by FedEx. I am impressed. But anyhow. Oh wow, okay. There's two of them in here. One's out. Here's the other. Now these are dolls that, whoops, I hit my light. These are dolls that I would not normally have bought. I'm not very keen on them. It's not one of the dolls, well, I get my light here settled down. I'm not particularly fond of these dolls in one way, but there's a curiosity that I have in another way. So let's open them up first, and then we're going to talk about them. So, where's my knife? What did I do with it? I have it here. Okay, that's interesting. We'll get another one. Okay, let's open this up here. So it's a different branching out that I'm not used to going in. I thought I would never be interested in buying anything like this, but I don't know, something will change as you go through your doll adventure and collecting and whatnot. And I've proven that over and over to myself that I'm more and more I'm reaching out to different dolls, so that interests me. Oh wow, she's gorgeous. Okay, here's one of them. Put her there, like that. Get rid of this bubble wrap over there. Let's unwrap the next one. Can you see her? Oh good, you can, good. Let's bring her up on. There's that one. I thought this one was not as big. I was taking her to be a lot smaller from the picture. So, and I'll tell you how much I paid for these. I paid 10 bucks for them, for both of them. They were on the Goodwill site there, and no one bid against me again, and I was like, okay, great. Oh wow, she's really a lot bigger. So that no wonder this one looks so small compared to this one here. All right, let me sit her up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, there we go. These are our two girls. I'm going to get something to put back behind them here so they don't fall over. There we go. Just something to set them up so they can be seen. I know the camera probably isn't showing them totally just yet. Let me hang on. Oh yeah, you can see them. There we go. Now let me give you a little bit of history. These are called Boudoir Dolls. Okay, I got a few little cards here that I'm going to just read a little bit of history I gathered up on them. And I knew what was in the box, of course, because I bought them, right? So anyways, normally dolls are for little girls. But before World War I, this idea of dolls for little girls became something for grown women, ladies. There was a man named Paul, I'm not going to say his last name correct, he's a French name, Perret, thought that women of fashion should carry dolls with them. He said, quote, ladies of social standing should have fashionable dressed dolls gracing their boudoirs or as ornaments in their drawing rooms, unquote. And the thing was, the idea caught on, and they made their first showing in 1910 in a Paris fashion show. Perret's models held them in their arms, holding these long-legged dolls with an adult-looking features. In the department stores, they were displayed in the windows in outfits that matched the display outfits of the models that were inside the windows. They had life-size models with these dolls wearing the same clothes as the life-size models. They were known as art dolls, also known as sofa dolls, also known as bed or boudoir dolls in North America. And in North America they were known as vamps or flapper dolls. As these dolls became known, they became a whim. And they fell into the novelty category. And when the fashions changed, the women got tired of them. Why? Because the fashions reflected the time at that period of time. So as fashions changed, the doll did not change. The clothing on the doll did not change. So Many of these dolls were cheaply made. Bodies were made of butter muslin or cheap cotton, straw stuffing, filled with kapok or sawdust. Arms and legs were made of plaster composition and painted flesh like pink. Their feet had molded high heels, which is what you see here. I don't know, let's take a look at this gal. Let's see what hers, oh yeah, she has them too. Okay, there's her long legs, okay, and she has the molded shoes on there. Can you see that there? Yeah, you can see that. There we go. You don't lose the shoes that way when they're molded on. So they were dressed in matching fashion clothes of the time, and the boudoirs became a rage. In the 1920s, they became a rage in England, and they were posed on chairs, sofas, beds, and were carried to the ball as a mascot. The wealthy took them when they went in their cars, or the newest mode of transportation on the aeroplane. Okay. Many of these dolls, oh yeah, I already said that. I just lost my place. Their arms and legs were made of plaster composition and painted flesh like pink. Their feet had molded high heels painted black or gold, and as you can see, mine are black. The fingernails painted on some were gold. Let's see what mine are painted. Mine are painted red, so that's not on there. Red. Mine have red. Some heads had pressed fabric with silk or muslin. These are composition heads. Some were made of composition as well. Some had covered face masks, painted eyes, silk eyelashes. Some heads were made of molded cardboard, then covered with painted stockinette, suede or cotton. Hair was wig mohair or black silk thread. Blondes wore their hairs like earphones, like an earphone. You know how the big plastic earphones go from ear to ear with over the head, made of shiny platinum thread. They each reflected their time of era. Many places made boudoir dolls. In 1920, Dean, who made rag books for children, made boudoir dolls. In 1930, the Chad Valley Company made boudoir carnival dolls dressed in the Period costume. The clown Period, I'm not saying his name right, but I hope you know who I mean. These dolls were advertising as the sofa doll for the Miss 1935. Though these dolls started in France, doll makers in Germany and throughout Europe manufactured boudoir-type dolls, as well as in North America. Some boudoir dolls might have had a tag sewn to the foot of the maker. I've seen some that were shown on the article that they had cloth feet right down to their here, and they wore like a silk slipper. And then there was a cloth that was actually a little tag on the bottom that was sewn on like a little tab, and it showed the maker of who made the doll. It was right on the back here. Early boudoir dolls with long lashes with the long lashes of real hair, and they were set into slits over the eyes. So if you are in possession of some of these dolls and you see that your doll has like a slit where the eyelashes are pushed into that slit, you know you got an early one. I don't have an early one here. Like, these are early, believe me, they are, but not as early maybe as those ones. Okay, one company called the Lenzi, the Italian company Lenzi, called them personality dolls. A magazine called Playthings described these dolls as being real works of art created by Italian artists and having true-to-life expressions of their faces, unquote. They made them of material that was impossible to break and wore striking costumes. Now, most of these dolls were made between World War I and World War II, which is what mine were. How to identify a Lenzi boudoir doll is by a zigzag seam in the back of the neck. So if you own any of these, go take a look and see if you got a zigzag sewing in the back of the neck. The long-legged flapper doll, their adopted name, died out at the beginning of World War II. So they were starting to die out. In the 1960s, they brought them back to see if the rage would come back again, but it didn't. And they were made of plastic. The flapper girls of the 1920s and 30s were often in movies holding their boudoir dolls or posing with their dolls. They loved their flapper dolls and took them everywhere. They dressed them as flappers using scraps of materials, feathers, and lace. the Lency Company in 1919 made a high quality felt dolls. And the doll, they did make a boudoir doll they called Lency Fedette in 1922. Was one that was a smoker doll that actually had a cigarette that could smoke. These dolls, again, were not to be played with. They were on the sofa, they were on the bed, they were considered a decoration. Today, if you find these and their clothing is missing, then these dolls lose half their value. I've seen some on eBay go for, like, have no clothes, and they go really cheap. And then if they have their clothing, they do go higher. It's just how that makes sense, too. A lot of the eye makeup on these dolls is very dramatic, which was the time of, they're really reflecting their time period, because in the 20s the makeup was very dramatic, very dark, a lot of dark grays, greens that were used on the eyes, heavy lipsticks were used and everything, and so the dolls also reflected that. So a little bit of information there for you that I hope you enjoyed about these. Let's take a look at these gals. Now they have composition heads, and you can see that their wig is supposed to come up like this, and you can tell they didn't. The back of the head is no hair, because you would not see that, I guess. That's how it was supposed to be. Now, she has built-in bosoms. She's composition. I do feel something on the back of her neck. There could be a name down there. Or is it just the paint doing that itself? Yeah, maybe that's what it is. A lot of them don't have markings on them. You have to just take them as they are. There you are with the muslin material on the doll here. And filled with straw. So this is a real old gal. She is definitely between World War I and World War II. So you can see that. And the same I would believe for this one as well. But they do need work on them. Obviously, it just really shows on her. Before I do it, though, I want to take pictures of them. And again, her bosoms have slipped down. She needs her bosoms up. So when I work on them, I'll put something in there. Yeah, you can see her bosoms are just kind of not where they're supposed to be. But anyways, very nice dolls. The elongated legs, again, like they say, they have the nice elongated legs. I hope you're seeing all this. But yeah, very nice dolls. Dressed very nicely in their clothing. They just, like I say, they need some attention given to them. And oh, she wears a beautiful dress. Beautiful, just silk, like, you know. Boy, that's gorgeous on her. But anyways, I hope you like these dolls. They're like I say, they're different, not what I usually collect. And the price was right. But this is going to be it for me bringing in any dolls, I would say, for the next little while here. I'm going to really concentrate on the Salvation Army down the street. They got some wonderful dolls up there for sale right now, in their auction, I mean, to be bid on, not for sale, to bid on. So I'm going to be bidding on a lot of those dolls and concentrate on that right now as we get closer into the holiday time and whatnot. But that's more my thing. I got enough dolls right now that I'm happy with and contented and to work on. And I just need to put my attention on to the ones I have right now. But I am really thrilled by these. And like I say, for 10 bucks, they did not cost me $10 in reality. When you take the shipping, the exchange, I didn't have to pay duty on them. So by the time I brought them in, it was $55, and you split that between the two, you're looking at $27.50. Would you want to say something like that on each doll, which is still a wonderful price for each one of these dolls, and for the age that they are, and for the history. So who knows what lady carried these around with them and put them on their bed, or put them on their couch or whatever, or carried them out and about because they wanted to be part of the rage at the time of the 1920s, 1910s, 20s type of thing. So I myself would not do that. Not today, of course we wouldn't, but hey, dare me, I just might. No, I wouldn't. I gotta live here. I just joke with you. But anyways, but in the day, that's what they did, and you know, that's just how it was. But anyways, I think they're gorgeous in their own way. They have, like they say, they have their own art about them, and I want to enjoy them for what they are and for who they are. And once I get them fixed up, they're going to go on my bed, and they're going to be displayed as they should be, because that's what they were for, to be displayed. But I would like to get a smoking one. I've seen them, the ones that smoke. They used to actually, I think they used to like take puffs of, like there'd be like a puff that would come out of the cigarette. But I don't see them very often. The odd one will show up, and when they do, they go for quite the sum of money. But hey, you never know what you can find on that Goodwill site. You know, every now and again one might just show up. But I hope you enjoy these gals. They've seen their better day. They need some help. They're begging for some help, some cleaning up and whatnot. And I'm thrilled to work on something like this down the road. Right now I've got other ones that are screaming for me to do. So this is a project down the road. They'll be packed up and brought out later for me to work on. But anyways, that's my video on these dolls. I hope you enjoyed what you've seen here tonight. A little bit of history about the Boudoir doll. And anyways, have a great night and a great weekend. Bye-bye.